Hi everyone! We will be doing something different today as we are joined by my mom.
Hi, Steph. Hi, everyone.
Hi Mama. She will be talking about some events during her childhood days. To my mom, her childhood days are still fresh on her mind, and the earliest is when she was 4 years old.
I used to go to Sawang, a barrio couple with my Aunt Maria, who was then a school teacher. One day, I was quite famished at 1 p.m. and my aunt has not gone home. So I decided to go to the mayor's house, a close cousin of my mother. The mayor was more than happy to serve me food.
I gotta hand it to her. This may have been way back in the late 1950s, but she could walk in to see the mayor and he would feed her.
When I was done eating, the mayor asked me about the taste of the chicken adobo.
She even remembered what she ate.
Then came the shock. He told me that what I ate was not chicken adobo, but adobong lizard.
The first time I heard this story, I was very surprised. I mean, how often do you hear that someone cooked an adobong lizard? My mom obviously cried upon hearing this. I would too if I were her.
The mayor did this because he knew that I would cry, and the mayor said that I look so cute when I cry. I seldom cried when I was young.
Honestly, I find that not so nice. He enjoys seeing a little girl cry.
This incident made me think that sometimes being strong can be a liability. The relief for me is that I was told the truth. As to me, truth is the language of the soul.
I don't know. I feel if that were me, I'd rather be in blissful ignorance until I was old enough to not be traumatized.
I wasn't traumatized because my uncle Mayor was very nice to me. When he died, a few years later, I was bowling. Till now, I still pray for him. As a kid, I loved watching campaign sorties. When I wanted to enjoy my short, relaxed time, I would imitate the politicians' way of delivering their speeches. Sometimes, though, I wouldn't do it when my older siblings asked me to do so. One day, my older sister Linda asked my mom's helper who harvests the coconut wine from the backyard to give her a glass. She didn't give the glass to me, and I started delivering speeches with the same intensity, or sometimes more than that, of a regular politician.
I don't think this is legal, but it seems they can do whatever they want because of their uncle judge.
My siblings always enjoyed my deliveries.
At one point, I asked my mom if she wanted to be a politician. She said she would if my sister and I would permit her. Since my sister thinks that my mom might get hurt or be killed by her opponents, she disapproved. For me, I said I would campaign for her if she pursues her desire to be a politician. By now, I think she won't pursue it as she is now 70 years old, but she still goes and helps her relatives to campaign. In fact, in one of the sorties, I played the violin and she sang. Now, my mom isn't a singer, so I think she was quite brave to do this. But that was how dedicated she is to help relatives during campaigns.
In that particular election, I was almost tackled by a raging cow as I was wearing a red shirt.
I honestly thought that cows or bulls go crazy when they see the color red was a myth.
There were other unpleasant experiences, but I enjoyed them. Now I'll discuss one pleasant experience I had as a little girl. As a little girl, I liked to dress up. Besides, I was the favorite flower girl, so I had to have nice clothes. Luckily for me, I had a very supportive grandpa who would buy me the nice clothes I wanted. At that time, I loved to attend weddings as I loved the santan, the dessert made of muscovado sugar and coconut milk served during weddings. But nowadays, I dislike attending weddings because one normally wastes almost a day of one's precious time. Then, another terrible experience happened when I was 6 years old. I visited my grandparents one night. When there, I found my brother Jess taking care of our baby cousin Bunny. When he saw me, he jokingly pushed the wooden stroller to my direction. Scared that I might get hurt, I climbed the window. Unfortunately, the lock snapped and I fell on the pieces of 2 by 3 lumber.
Now, for context, while this was on the first floor of the house, there is a 1 meter gap between the first floor and the ground. So it was almost like falling from the second floor of a regular house.
Nobody knew about the incident as my brother was too scared to tell anyone. When I woke up, I felt the blood on my forehead and I screamed. At that time, Sister Liling was walking nearby and heard me. She was frantic and asked our Uncle Judge to get the doctor. It was night time and the only physician in town did not perform medical procedures at night. But my Uncle Judge Victor would ask the physician anytime as he was his friend.
I have to say, my mom was very lucky. Also, I didn't like Uncle Jess for this, but I also understood that he was also a kid, and their first reaction when something happens is to clam up and not say a word.
After my treatment, my grandpa gave me a bottle of soft drinks because he knew that I love soft drinks. No wonder I still miss my grandpa. And to honor him, I painted a portrait of him from my memory. There were no pictures of my grandparents, so I painted both of them from my memory, and my siblings told me that those paintings resemble our grandparents. Such paintings are hung at my sister's house as she asked me for the portraits since her house is frequented by relatives in summer.
So, this is just a piece of my childhood, my mom's childhood. And wow, did she go through so much just at 6 years old. I also know that the day didn't end there because while she was recovering, a centipede bit her on top of her head. I cannot imagine how much pain she had to endure that night, and she was only 6 years old. I can't help but be in awe at her resilience. She took only 3 days to recover. She says she's a strong kid. She was a strong kid. Her pain is her strength.
Thank you, Steph.
Thanks, Mama, for being here.
Good afternoon, everyone, and hope you enjoy my journey when I was a little girl. Thank you.
Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.